Hello, my name is Jason Polanco, and my video lecture is going to be about the fascinating history of the accordion. So, in this lecture, we'll be exploring the origins, cultural journeys, and the impact of the accordion worldwide. So, the origins of the accordion. It was an early invention invented in the 19th century Europe. Key locations include Austria and Germany. Patents and early models. Popularity factors, probability, portability. It was portable, so you could kind of take it as you went about your day, carried it like a suitcase, or just had it, sit down, play wherever you want. It wasn't like a big piano. Back in the 19th century, instruments were kind of huge, other than, I guess, wind instruments. But Kirill Deman is credited by inventing it. He was an Austrian inventor and an Armenian Romanian origin. But other historians credit Christian Friedrich Ludwig Buschmann as the inventor of the accordion. So there's kind of a debate between historians, but these two are the ones that were credited with it. So this brings us to global spread through migration. European immigration, accordions traveled with immigrants to the Americas. So like you can't take a piano, you couldn't take other big instruments that other people had in their house, but you could take an accordion. Of course, they were played on the boat rides here, 3 month journey across the Atlantic. Trade and settlements was a big part too. So instruments spread via commerce and colonization. Immigrants or colonizers would bring their traditions after settling in a new land. For example, German and Irish immigrants in Mexico brought polka music and folk music over there too. That leads me to folk integration. So adopted into local musical traditions, quoted by Robert Boran, folklore can be served as means of resistance by both its very presence and its means of expressing and reinforcing group solidarity. So he's saying the music has a story. It has a meaning behind it and it lasts many generations. It could either be music that's celebrating something, talking about a warrior or a historical figure or a prominent figure, which tend to stand the test of time. And that's, you can see that the German music, Mexican norteños, and music from Czechoslovakia. Okay. So speaking of polka music, German influence and polka roots manufacturing. Germany was the center of the accordion production. It was where it was kind of invented and mostly used in its early years. Dance forms, they created the waltz and other dances in polka, cultural and integral to Bavarian and Australian traditions. So the countries around Germany also enjoyed polka music and created polka music. And just some quotes. The accordion is a member of the wind musical instrument family. It was invented in Germany by Friedrich Buschmann in 1822. Going to our previous slide with the two inventors, this historian credited Friedrich Buschmann. The accordion is capable of sustaining its sounds for more extended periods than other most musical instruments, which allowed musicians to be more creative and let some notes last longer than others. Right? So then you go to the rise of polka music. So the origin was in Czech lands in the early 19th century. So that's Germany and around Austria, Poland, Romania. It's not too close. Hungary, of course. Adoption spread widely among German musicians. It has a big part in polka music, so it had a huge influence on polka. And we quote Bruno again: Czech songs live on his polka sung in Czech with Texans accent." So this is talking about immigrants from Chechnya that moved to Texas, and they're keeping it alive with singing polka songs in English but in Texas accents. Right? Then we circle to German immigration to the Americas, settlements, Texas and North Mexico communities. After them spending time in Ellis Island, others didn't want to stay there, or as America keep expanding west with Memphis, Destiny, you could find Germans in Texas and North Mexico. Cultural transfer, polka and accordion music were brought, and the musical fusion, which blended with indigenous and Spanish sounds, so Mexicans or other Hispanics wanted to include the accordion and polka sound. So we go to other quotes. Music continues to bring Texas Chess together. Many descendants remain Czech through their attachment to music. Texans chess gather for traditional chess celebrations as festivals linked by mutual cultural and organization ties. Some Czechs still speak Czech to express their identity and logos on the button and shirt. Texas culture can be seen as very alive today. So now we get to the norteño, introduction to norteño tejano. Where did it start? In northern Mexico and Texas. The instrument, the accordion, is the heart of the genre. Sound, polka rhythms fused with Mexican folk. So this is when you start to see that German polka influence with northern Mexican music. So to quote, in Texas, just as home, having fun was unthinkable without good music, beer. Musical bands were indispensable for the village folk culture. So the same traditions in Germany were still found in Mexico, where good music and good beer, that's all you really need. Right? So it's just a circle describing the European immigrant influence on Mexican music. So Czech and German roots influenced Texan music evolution, and the evolution was from immigrant polka and local folk music. Cultural fusion was the sound as it conducts from blending traditions. So right, these are key figures of the norteño music. You have Naricio Martinez, was the pioneer of the conjunto music. You have the famous Ramon Ayala, an iconic accordionist. And one of my favorite bands was Los Tigres del Norte, which is a modern steward of the norteño. Right, here's a video of Ramon Ayala playing. Right, so big crowds. One of his songs, Tragos de Amargo Licor, which means dark bitter liquors. Right. Crowd goes crazy. It's an iconic accordion note in the beginning. This is one of my favorite songs. So this song's about heartbreak, and then you're drinking the heartbreak away. This is the big hook in the song right here. So Ramayana, big influence in this music with the God with the accordion, as you can see in the video. And it was hard for me to not watch the full video, but it's just an idea of his influence. So click out of here. Right, and then here's a cool video I found. You have to guess if the song is Slavic or Mexican. So I always think that video is cool. I always show it to my friends who listen to this type of music, and their jaw drops when they get them mixed up. But that's you can see the influence in that. So let's skip this song. And then music across other cultures, common threads. The accordion shared rhythmic and melody structures across music. Accordion, it sounds it sounds the same, but it's different in other cultures. Um, there's different styles played worldwide. That's my works cited. Thank you.